Okay, Coach, we already spoke to Mike, and he told us that there is a 0% chance of him playing on Saturday. Even though he was able to defy the odds last year, coming back early from his injury, he said there's no chance on Saturday. Can you confirm that as far as where he's at right now in his rehab, how close he is to getting back?
Yeah, I think broken hand's a little different than a broken collarbone. It's going to take him a while. He's got to be able to come back and have contact. So, he won't be with us this Saturday. We just got to find out ways to move the football without him, which is not easy.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, speaking on top of that, with Tanner coming off the game that he had, where is his confidence at right now, especially having that extra bye week to move forward and get ready for Duke?
It's probably a better question for Tanner than for me. I've never played quarterback before. I was always trying to knock him down. So I think he hasn't played very well for a couple weeks, and the good thing about it is he's got experience. So he's been up and down in his career, and he's bounced back from down games. So I would expect him to come out and play as hard as he can Saturday.
Yeah, Camp also spoke about how the receivers going into that Florida State game, and everything was just a new adjustment for them because people were moving around in different positions and things like that. But now they've had time to get comfortable in their positions. Are you seeing that as well as the head coach?
Well, I think so. I think, we've probably thinned things out a little bit. We're not asking those guys to do as much maybe as we would have. I think the difference is now there's not really a go-to guy in that group. It's a group of good kids that want to play well, and we've got to do a better job distributing the football. And Tanner's got to get comfortable doing that. Back in the day where you kind of had the feeling on the snap, get it to camp. That's not that comfort zone's broken right now. So you got to get used to reading things out a little bit better and maybe not forcing balls. We tried to, in the past, get a lot of things into Campanaro, and that's not possible now. So we got to be a little bit more balanced.
Let's speak about Duke now, as far as where that program is at, and they had a huge win this past weekend against Miami. They controlled their own destiny to win the division. You've been here for a long time. You got a 12-game win streak against Duke. Where is this program at compared to where it was maybe when Coach Cutcliffe first got there?
Well, I think Coach Cut's done a great job. I mean, obviously they've done a great job. They're a program right now that's got talented kids, and they're doing a great job coaching them, and they found a way to win. And anytime you win, that breeds confidence. And so I think what we're seeing right now is we're seeing a very talented, well-coached, confident football team in Duke. And certainly in this league, I think everybody's got good talent, but they found a way to get it done, and that's the most important thing. They're winning games and playing well.
I don't know if you were able to see the game this past Saturday or not, but how surprised were you at how successful they were running the football? I think they ran for 358 yards. I mean, have you ever heard of that before with Duke football, running the ball like that against a good Miami defense?
Well, I think that's a thing that they do a good job of. They do a good job with their football team taking what defenses give them. I think Coach Cutcliffe's got a great background, and he's got a really solid coaching staff. And I think, they're probably a little like most teams. They go into each game with the thought of what might be best for them, but you don't know until you start playing. And I think they're an offense that's very capable of throwing the football, but also very capable of running the football. And so against this Duke offense, you've got to be balanced defensively. You've got to pick your spots and know that they have the ability to do both. They can run it and throw it, and you've got to be ready for both.
Justin said that the number one priority is to stop the run, especially off of the momentum that they'll be bringing in off of this past weekend. Do you feel the same way as far as defensively the number one priority? Let's stop the run and then just filter everything down from there?
It's changed a little bit, but I think through the years that's typically the way you start with defense. You want to be a good run defense, and then you work toward the pass. It's a little different today because there are some kind of fun and gun offenses, but this is not one of them. This is an offense that can knock you down, that'll run right at you. They've got 3 or 4 running backs that are really physical, talented running backs, so they just kind of roll those guys in. A veteran, talented offensive line that can knock you off the ball. And, of course, they got some good receivers, and the quarterbacks do a good job running the football. So I think going in, certainly after what happened this past week with Miami, if you don't do a good job in the running game, you're going to be in trouble.
Is it good for your team to have this amount of pressure on them in a game like this where their bowl eligibility is it's on the line. They lose this, that's pretty much it or whatever. Is it good to have that pressure, knowing that they can just go out and just play all balls out?
Well, I think it probably remains to be seen. We'll find out Saturday, but certainly there's no wiggle room. Our guys know exactly where they stand. The problem is we're playing a really good Duke football team. I mean, this is a very talented team with a lot of confidence, and so knowing where you stand is one thing, but being able to do something about it, we'll see.
Can you comment on the seniors? This being their final home game, this group, what do they mean to you? What do they mean to this program? And also, on top of that, Mike Camp not getting to play in his final home game. I mean, does that kind of hurt you too?
Well, it's disappointing. I think we knew going into the season that one of the keys for us was to keep Mike healthy, and he's had some problems through the years staying healthy for a whole season. Last year was a problem. This year's been a problem again. But you'd like to see not only the seniors play well. We've got some very talented seniors in this group. Not only talented guys, but good guys that have really worked hard for their whole career here. And so you'd like to see them go out on a high note, but a big part of that's going to be the younger guys. You need the seniors to play well in their last game, but you also need the young guys to support them. So you'd like to think that there is a sense that not only do the seniors want to go out on a high note, but the players want to help them do it.
If you look at Duke's run this year, similar to 2006 for you guys, you must have a lot of respect for their program, what they've done, being a smaller ACC school. And you guys are similar in academics and the size.
Yeah, no question about it. I think we've got the schools that have really high academic standards have tough jobs, and Duke is certainly a school that has an outstanding academic tradition, and they've always been pretty good in basketball. I always felt like if you're at a school where one sport, football or basketball is really, really good, there's no reason why the other one can't be. And you just can't say enough about the job that David Cutcliffe's done. I mean, they've done a fantastic job, not only being competitive, but winning and competing for championships. And that's what it's all about. And so, you look at what they've done. Last year we felt like they were a really good football team. This year they've taken it up a notch. So you gotta feel like this is a program that's really done a great job.